ดสอบวันนี้มาออกรอบกันนะครับลองทดสอบระบบยังเพิ่งฝึกหัดนะครับระบบยังไม่สมบูรณ์ออกรอบกันนะครับลองทดสอบระบบยังเพิ่งฝึกหัดนะครับระบบยังไม่สมบูรณ์
is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge.
ดูได้ไม่ได้ยังไงคอมเมนต์กันเข้ามานะครับถ้าให้ดีต้องไปดูใน YouTube นะ
We have already begun. Let's pick up with the action at hole number 4. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically.
ทดสอบครับนะทดสอบเล่นเกมออนแล้วก็ไลฟ์สดไปด้วย
We have already begun. Let's pick up with the action at hole number 4. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically.
So, Frank, we know that the players petitioned back in the 80s to move the PGA Tour event away from PGA West. It's coming back in 2016. But what did Pete Dye say about golf courses being fair or unfair?
Well, he said it actually. He tried to say it with a chuckle, but he always said that golf's not a fair game. So why build a golf course that's fair?
Do you agree with that?
I do now. I think everything has to align itself together. When you look at the equipment that the players were using, wooden drivers and balls that spun around, they had trouble on windy days. And these golf courses, they really were brutal. but I think now that the ball goes further, the introduction of the metal-headed driver, the utility clubs, all of those things have made these golf courses really come back into favour again. Look at what Jason Day did in 2015 at the PGA Championship at Whistling Straits on a Pete Dye golf course. That's how you have to play the game now. We have to embrace change.
How difficult is this golf course at PGA West? Well, it was ranked 8th on this year's Golf Digest, America's 20 toughest golf courses. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round.
พาไปในหลุมแรก
Frank, this looks like a fun hole. The first par 5 of the day, 535-yard fifth.
Yeah, as long as you've got something that doesn't go left off the tee shot and doesn't go right off the second shot, you'll be fine.
That's in the fairway.
สวัสดีทุกคนใน YouTube ด้วยนะครับแล้วก็ใน Facebook
Going with a lob wedge here.
ตอนนี้กำลังลองหัดหาอะไรเล่นไปเรื่อยนะครับใน Facebook อาจจะกระตุกแต่ว่าถ้าดูใน YouTube เนี่ยจะไม่กระตุกเลยนะครับกำลังหาวิธีไปเรื่อยๆนะยังไม่รู้ว่าทำยังไงถึงจะดีที่สุดหลุมนี้หลุมพา5นะครับ
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
ไม่ถึงกรีน
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Frank, this looks like a pretty simple pitch shot here.
Yeah, conservative off the tee and the lap gives you a chance to be aggressive with this shot.
ลมค่อนข้างแรงโอ้โหสวย
That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. Getting set now over the putt. Frank, this looks like a pretty simple pitch shot. Frank, all of a sudden, another player to factor in on this leaderboard.
Yeah, and things are starting to tighten up right now. We'll see where the next move comes from.
Frank, I love a par 3 where you have to hit one solid golf shot. Anything less, and you might pay a severe price. 255-yard par 3-6. What a hole.
No, you love watching somebody else play a par 3 like that.
You're right. Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Not in the fairway, but not too bad. Just in that first cut. Putting all of his talents on display here from the rough.
and he knocks it really close. Beautiful shot.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there. We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Perfect.
Yes.
And in the hole.
Chip
What a
lông lên.
shot. Frank, this is like a big water park here at PGA West. We saw it at the 6th, and here again at the 7th, a challenging par 4, 346 yards.
I've never, ever seen anyone try and drive this green. So it's just a layup. You see the bunker down there in the distance. That really is the stop sign. So something that's short of that, but really what I prefer is try and lay up on a nice number. Something that you got a full shot in, whether that be a 9-iron or an 8-iron or a wedge. You'd like to have a full club in here.
เหมือนคอมจะไลฟ์ไม่ไหวกระตุกต้องตั้งค่ายังไงใครที่เป็นสอนหน่อยนะครับ
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. It's second round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. What a hole this is. 255 yards, par 3, water everywhere you look. This is a real test.
Yeah, it's called Amen. And whatever religion that you subscribe to, you better say a prayer before this one.
I want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Good roll, solid. That's a par. Frank, the 7th is a short par 4, 346 yards. So I'm guessing it's a layup off the tee, but it might be a nervy layup because You have water on the right, and if you miss left, that's no bargain.
It's very distracting looking down the right side. I think that's the easiest way to put it. But if you can break this hole down, 346 yards, if you take 120 yards off that, which is like a wedge, then the layup only becomes like 220 yards. That seems a little less intimidating.
This is going to be a tough day on the links. I mean, even the seagulls are walking to work.
ใจเย็นครับน้องจ๊อบยังไม่ OB แต่ตอนนี้ช่วยสอนก่อนว่าทำยังไงไม่ให้มันกระตุกมาหลุมนี้หลุมพา4ครับระยะ346 หลาอันนี้ไม้ที่ยาวที่สุด256
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light
ความ
special.
ละเอียดลงมาแล้วก็เหมือนจะกระตุกน้อยลงไหม
Should be safely on deck.
โอ้โหลงแรง
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie.
เครื่องเหมือนจะยังไม่ค่อยแรงพอยังกระตุกพัดก็ไม่แม่นด้วยเว้ย
So close. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Just a tap in to finish the hole.
Did the job right
ถ้า
there.
ดูใน YouTube ได้ก็ช่วยคอมเมนต์ให้หน่อยว่ามันจะขึ้นไหม
Now the second par 5 on this opening 9 here at PGA West. Frank, what are we looking at?
The bunker down the right side gives you that optical illusion because it sort of has that curvy edge to it, plus it sort of moves its way to that right side, and then you notice there's a bunker on the left that sneaks in on the left side. So this isn't just sort of blaze away off the tee. It still requires a good straight tee shot. If you do err a little bit, then you've got to be very cognizant of the bunkers up on the left side as you get closer to the green.
หนักเลยครับลงไปยาก
You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
ติดแล้วติดอีก
Slight miss, and he'll have to deal with some of the heavy grass.
Frank, this is where the mental game really comes into play. You've hit a second consecutive shot into the rough.
This could compound very, very quickly. So now's a chance to just take a little breath, take a breather, and try to make sure this shot certainly gets out. Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Now the approach shot here on this par 5/8.
Needs a sort of miracle putt.
Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole.
ที่แน่รอบนี้
That's all he wanted to do there.
Yeah, it's touch. When you think from that distance, chances of making are almost none. So to guarantee a two-putt, well done.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
That is another bogey. It's getting messy, Frank.
Ouch.
Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 ninth, 452 yards, I hear players like you often say, I'm going to take it on. What do you mean by that, and how does it apply to this particular tee shot?
Well, you have options, obviously. One is to hit it down that right side, which is your best shot. The easy way is obviously to bail it out down the left side, but then you're almost giving into the hole, like you're accepting you're going to make bogey if you're lucky. So in the end, you're forced to go back to option A, which is actually to challenge the best shot you have, which is down the right side.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
เล่นได้สูงสุด4คนเลยนะแล้วแน่จริงก็มาเลย
This ball never even looked like it was going down the fairway, hitting way right.
ดีน้ำเชี่ยมเลยครับ
Frank, just into that first cut.
Yeah, it's sitting up. Really, this isn't too bad a situation.
Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players. The ability to get it that close from that kind of lie.
Right about 9 feet here to the hole. Well, you can see the golfer is just boiling right now after that miss. And a drop shot here at the 9th.
And he's putting for bogey now.
โอ้ที่ไปที่
Frank, nothing really went the player's way this week.
Yeah, if this was motor racing, you'd say it's a case of having 4 flat tires.
Third round coverage comes your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Nobilo and our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now.
ดีน้องอนัทนะ
presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Today it's live third round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. Well, the architect Pete Dye is known for visual intimidation. We see it at TPC Sawgrass at the Players every year. And you see it right here, Frank, at this 255-yard par 3/6 with water everywhere you look.
Yeah, you could make an argument here that it suits a little bit of a cut, like a Lee Trevino-style fade that starts at the left and moves its way to the green, but then that's also moving back towards the water. Conversely, if you try and fly it over that water on the right side with a little bit of a draw, then the green starts to run out on the left side. That would make it sound hard. Well, that was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Yeah.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Frank, if you want to play this game at the highest level, and no doubt our players do, you have to sort of be tactical. Will you break down shots or break down a hole? How would you break down this hole in a very smart way?
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. A lot of people would think 350 yards, you could bash a driver down there, you'd finish up in trouble. Well, the way to be aggressive on a strategic hole is to just put the first one in play in a position where you can attack with the second. And there's no shame in that. You can still walk off here more days than often than not with a 3.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole.
Well, Frank, no doubt players thinking about one thing, making a 3, hitting a good shot in there close.
Yeah, the green does narrow up a little bit in that back left corner, but a good layup gives you a chance to go directly at the flag.
Just a beautiful approach shot. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Watches that one go in as well to get to -3.
Now we're at the 8th hole here at PGA West in La Quinta, California. 559-yard par 5. Frank, what are the options here?
A good tee shot, you can certainly reach this par 5 and 2. There's a crosswalk that comes across in that vicinity of 330 yards. That's sort of the green light area if you can get it down there. Anything short of that, it becomes very much a 3-shotter. If you can get it close to that crosswork that goes there, then certainly this becomes opportunity knocks.
Going to try to put a little air under this one with a lob wedge. He's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this.
Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that third shot?
Yeah, it was a poor decision. But, hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
So he didn't hit the green in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
This can be a cruel game at times.
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. Finishing out the front nine with a pretty difficult par 4. Again, water down that right side.
ลมแรงจัง
Frank, right where you want to be.
Yeah, wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Player really needs to be dialed in here. This approach shot is not easy by any stretch here at the 9th.
Should be safely on deck.
Beautiful approach shot there and a good chance to take advantage. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Wow, I thought that was in.
หนักเลย
Clean this up with a tap. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. And we are back at PGA West, getting set to continue the action on the back nine. Beautiful hole here. Rock border that lines the water here at number 10. It's 416 yards. Good contact, good result.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10.
Rich, these players aren't getting a reprieve with the wind right now.
And right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, but at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that don't get every other day.
This will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today.
Coming off a bogey here yesterday, chance to make it right. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Well, we've arrived at our third par 5 of the day here at PGA West. It is the 11th. It is nicknamed, appropriately, Eternity. 617 yards. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5.
it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks. Remember, out of the rough, expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his middle.
Settles in over the putt. In for par.
Frank, you've been there at so many tournaments around the world. One round to go, a chance to win. What's that feeling like?
This is the fun part, knowing whether or not you make another really good shot. Reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. Birdie putt coming up. But more on this hole yesterday.
Because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his middle.
Settles in over the putt.
In for par. Frank, you've been there at so many tournaments around the world. One round to go, a chance to win. What's that feeling like?
Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage.
Today, it's the final round of the Career Builder Challenge.
สวัสดีครับคนที่กำลังดูอยู่ทุกคนและผ่านไปแล้วแวะดูก่อนก็ได้ไม่มีใครดูเลยจะ5 ทุ่มแล้วแต่ว่า
Frank, if a player needs to make a big move at the close of the round, how could they get at this whole location and make a birdie? They call this turning home.
I think that's where you have to be a little more aggressive off the tee shot. A drive of 280 yards can certainly take those 2 bunkers down the left out of play. There is one in the distance down there, 350 yards, so even the longest hitters can still hit driver down there. You imagine pumping one down there, sort of 340 yards. Now you turn a long hole into a drive and wedge. That's how you get aggressive. This looks like it's going to find the target.
That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie.
Just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
พัดยากจริง
He'll take par and move on.
Frank, this could be an exciting and pivotal point in the round, the par 5 16th.
Especially if the player decides to have a go here. If you're going to take it on a direct line, then you've got to carry all of that bunker complex. But then the other thing to realize, what's the worst thing that can happen? Just in the bunker, right? It's worth a go. Either that, hit it down the right side. There's no way you're going to reach this par 5 and 2. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Good birdie right there.
Yeah, this game, when you can't win, it's all about top 10s, top 20s. Currently, that's exactly where they stand.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Trying to make yet another birdie. Starting to move now, Frank, on this leaderboard.
Certainly going all in the positive direction. He's in the middle of the pack, now top 15.
Well, here we are at 18. It's a par 4, only 439 yards, but again, we've said it all day long. Water to deal with.
It's a great driving hole here, Rich. You don't necessarily have to hit driver. There's 3 groups of bunkers that are really in play off the tee shot. It's the one in the middle. It's around 290 yards. That's the one you really have to focus on. For stronger players, there's nothing wrong with hitting 3-wood off the tee there. You're still only going to have a shot of 150, 160 yards. Whichever way you look at it, it's something that you think you can find the fairway with.
ฟังยากพี่ยังมีนะเว้ยแน่เปล่าดวลได้ยังเล่นนานๆสักครั้งหนึ่งคนดูเขาก็ไม่กลัวลูกกอล์ฟโดนหัวบ้างยังไงวะเนี่ยลมแรงนะครับลูกนี้แถมยังติดหญ้าสูง
So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. At least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
น้องซันนี่แหละไม่เคยเห็นหน้าเห็นตานานแล้วสงสัยติดหญิง
Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
ต้องเพิ่มเสียงไมค์อีกใช่ไหม
And getting ready for the putt.
เพิ่มเสียงไมค์แล้วเสียงมันสะท้อนป่าวะเพิ่มเสียงไมค์แล้ว
Nothing wrong with that par putt.
พี่พูดเบาด้วยแหละ
Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf, and it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.
เพิ่มเสียงไมค์แล้วพี่ไม่ได้กลับบ้านนะดีซันเลยไมค์เบียร์อีลบแล้วพี่พูดเบาด้วยแหละไม่ได้กลับบ้านนะดีซันเลย
Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf, and it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level.
โหรอบนี้ได้โดนตัดไปอยู่ที่เท่าไหร่วะเนี่ยครั้งที่แล้วได้ที่1บ้างรอบนี้เสียหายเลยไม่ได้กลับบ้านนะดีซันเลยรอบนี้ได้ตกอันดับไปแล้วช็อตเมเกอร์ให้เพิ่มอะไรเพิ่มหมดไปออกรอบกันต่อรอบนี้ได้ตกอันดับไปแล้ว ช็อตเมเกอร์ให้เพิ่มอะไรเพิ่มหมดไปออกรอบกันต่อ
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the BioWare Classic.
It is just an ideal day for golf. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We're getting set for all the action this afternoon at Wetlands Golf and Country Club in Florida. And this is certainly a challenge, Frank.
It is. We really should rename it Drylands because that's the way you want to play this golf course. If you're not dry, then you are going to be wet. That swampland is just all the way around this golf course. In between it, though, is fairway. So fairway, the goal all day today.
And as always, with the state of Florida, you have to factor in the changing winds.
Ah, nice.
Looks good.
Ma Frank มาตีกอล์ฟกัน
Now the second shot to the par 5.
เนี่ยมันจะถึงหลุมอยู่แล้วโอ้โหนิดเดียว
Third shot, looking for a good one. And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. A birdie will send him to 1 under on the leaderboard. Eighth hole here at the Wetlands, par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book, because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but flat. And, well, I wouldn't say easy. 3 here, not too bad.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
สนามนี้พา3นะครับไหนวะลูกเราไปตกไว้เนี่ยตกไหนเนี่ย
Eighth hole here at the Wetlands, par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book, because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but flat. And, well, I wouldn't say easy. 3 here, not too bad.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
พา3นะครับลูกเราไปตกไว้เนี่ยตกไหนเนี่ย โอ้รอดกิ่งไม้ไปเลยแต่ลูกเด้งเหลือเกิน
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Chance to get it close here. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Pretty good shot right there. Not an easy one, 20 feet away. No damage done, made the par. Frank, looking at this par 5 9th hole, it's 621 yards. I need to make birdie here. What's the best way to go about it?
Well, if you're a long hitter, then there's a chance you can reach this par 5 and 2, Rich. But really the best way to make birdie here, good tee shot, and then contemplate the layup. In between the first 2 bunkers, there's a nice section of fairway, and it's not going to leave you much in for that 3rd shot to a green that's very receptive. So really, birdie can be made the hard way, wedge and a putt.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Oh, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. There's a nice section of fairway. It's not going to reach that 3rd shot to a green that's very receptive. So really, birdie can be made the hard way. Wedge and a putt.
ทดสอบทดสอบ1 2 3
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. "14 feet to the hole." Now comfortably inside that cut line, the former national champ makes birdie. Ready to go here on the backside. We're at the 10th at the Wetlands. We start with a par 3, 246 yards. We're at the 10th at the Wetlands. We start with a par 3, 246 yards. Good swing, good shot yet again. That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Solid play, heart of the green. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. So for Frank Nobilo and all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. Chances to walk away with a par here. With a good shot.
Yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And anything, you just write a par down at the end of the hole. Don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Solid play, heart of the green.
Been pretty good all day from this distance. Just trying to take care of business.
ทดสอบ
With a flourish, count it. That's a par and 2 under. So for Frank Novel and all of us here
ทดสอบ 1 2 3 4 5
EA's in association with the PGA Tour proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the BioWare Classic.
Well, here we are at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. We're located along the St. Johns River in the Sunshine State, Florida. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Frank, what stands out when you look at the wetlands?
The swampland, the gators, really it's a good driving golf course, Rich. Not a lot of fairway bunkers in play here at Wetlands, but if you drive the ball well here, you really can get a good score out here at Wetlands. They play the web.com here every now and again, so we've seen some good scores over the years, but always fun to be playing in Florida. Sun on your back, warm golf conditions.
On to the par 4 sixth here at the Wetlands. And Frank, how does that water factor into the way you play this hole?
It bisects this fairway beautifully, Rich. 233 yards to the run out on the first section of fairway, and that might be worth considering for the short hitters to try and flash it across the narrowest part of those wetlands. 276 yards, and of course the more horsepower you got, actually the easier this tee shot becomes.
Always makes the hole easier playing it from the fairway.
This is the second shot at the par 4.
Should be safely on deck.
That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie.
Things pointed to a good week. Birdie there, very important right now.
Playing some good golf. Frank, now we get a crack at another par 5. The 7th is 592 yards.
And certainly reachable, especially with a tee shot that follows the shape of this fairway, which is slightly to the left. Good tee shot, you can get home. And those bunkers, if anything, are nicely placed on that left side of the green, actually to protect a shot that goes too far or too left.
And from that position, a good chance to get at this hole location at number 7. Going with the lob wedge here.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. He'll need to be strong with this.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice strong breeze. Not too unhappy with that, Frank, at 17 feet.
No, from that distance, it's more than good.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, man, just slides by. And only a tap in left. Good putt. So they'll tap in.
Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game.
On to the 8th. It's a par 3, 203 yards. What's going on here, Frank?
Interesting par 3, really. It looks anything other than a straightaway hole. That bunker short of this green gives you like an optical illusion. You think it's lapping up with the front of this green, but there's actually sort of 3 or 4 yards before you get to the putting surface. A little bit of a drop-off behind this green, and it narrows out the deeper the green gets. So a tricky little par 3.
Just slides by. And only a tap in left. Good putt. So they'll tap in. Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game. And an embarrassing game. On to the 8th. It's a par 3, 203 yards. What's going on here, Frank?
Interesting par 3, really. It looks anything other than a straightaway hole. That bunker short of this green gives you like an optical illusion. You think it's lapping up with the front of this green, but it's actually sort of 3 or 4 yards before you get to the putting surface. A little bit of a drop-off behind this green, and it narrows out the deeper the green gets. So tricky little par 3.
Just slides by. And only a tap in left. Good putt. So they'll tap in. Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
ไหนวะเนี่ย ลูกมันจะตกตรงไหนกันเนี่ยมองไม่เห็นเลยอ๋อยอดไม้
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
Oh, he's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, trying for another one today. Frank's starting to make the move.
Leaderboard very volatile at the moment, so a lot of move in that middle piece of the leaderboard. Top 20 so far.
Finishing up the front side here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club with a par 5, 621 yards.
เกือบโฮลอินวันแล้วนะครับแหมน่าเสียดายจริงๆ โฮลอินวันเมื่อกี้นี่สุดยอดเลยนั่นคือช็อตที่ใกล้ที่สุดแล้วนะเท่าที่เคยทำได้
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
This is all feel with a lob wedge.
Third shot, looking for a good one.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Birdie putt coming up. The par on this hole yesterday.
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Frank, in the changing weather conditions, players have so many different options, don't they? Some might like to play it high, others might want to play it a little lower along the ground.
Really got to be on your toes today because of that, Rich, and really that's what separates the men from the boys, so to speak. You know that any mistake you make can obviously be magnified by the wind conditions, but conversely, it's a real good chance for skill to shine.
หลุมนี้บังอยู่หลังต้นไม้นะครับเอาเลยทีมโอ้โหถ้าคุณอะไรจะแรงขนาดนั้น
Frank landed it on the green.
It was never going to stop.
No, no chance.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. He'll take that one all day long. Very solid, about 15 feet away.
It's no snack, though.
Missed putt and a drop shot here at the 10th. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Good stroke, just came up empty. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. No doubt would love to have this one back. That's double bogey, 2 drop shots.
So that is the end of the second round. I can't wait to get back at it tomorrow, Frank.
We got a great leaderboard right now, Rich. So many players in contention. Golf course, there's enough blend of good and hard holes. Really, it's up for grabs.
Oh. คะแนน
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the BioWare Classic.
Par 4 sixth here at the wetlands, 440 yards and water to deal with.
2 choices here, Rich. Lay it up, short of the wetlands, or, well, chance it, brave enough, tee it up and flash it across the wetlands. With just a mere short iron into this lengthy par 4. Rich, it's not all gone. This is where you can pick yourself off the canvas. Start to string together 1 or 2 good shots in a row.
Wipe away all the negative thoughts from the bad start and just try to focus on what's in front of you. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
Good. คืออย่างนี้ไหลจังวะ
Safely aboard.
He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Par bid here.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good parts.
Just a little tap in here.
Frank, it has been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Here's another scoring opportunity, Frank. A par 5. The 7th is just a shade under 600 yards.
And it bends gently to the left, Rich. Longer hitters can obviously get home, and nothing really to be worrying about with that second shot if you can reach. The wetlands are well to the right of this hole for the second shot. But if you want to play to the 3-shotter, then that's a very safe, conservative way and really shouldn't cause you any problems whatsoever.
And his second shot with par 5. Now his third, staring right at the green. We just saw a player in total control of what he's doing. Didn't miss a green in regulation all day long.
Frank, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but no doubt it feels good.
8th hole here at the Wetlands, par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but flat and, well, I wouldn't say easy. 3 here, not too bad.
Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. But he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction.
Has it now sitting at 2 under par for the tournament. The 9th hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 621 yards.
You see why length is a huge advantage of this golf course, just under 7,700 yards. This hole here, another example, good tee shot. Perhaps think of going for the par 5 and 2, but great collection of 3 bunkers that sort of annoy you with your layup there. Got to make sure you avoid all of those to leave yourself a nice little wedge shot in here if you can't reach it too.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Good-looking shot right here. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Trying to make yet another birdie.
Sneaking into contention here with that birdie.
Top 15 now on the leaderboard. 3 rounds in the books, outside the top 10 going to the final 18. Frank, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think you're going to have to approach the final round in a couple of different phases. Try and be aggressive early on. If you do get a few birdies in the bank, you really still can fancy yourself with a chance to win. It'll all depend on that start tomorrow.